Dan Williams, Survive Outdoors, Wilderness Medicine, where we address anything from ticks, spider bites, insects of all kinds that'll bite you, what happens if you get injured in the outdoors, how to treat yourself, what to do when you get back. We do some reviews of equipment from time to time. If you like that, give us a thumbs up, subscribe. We would love to have you. Hit the bell. You'll get notified on all of the videos. Today we're going to talk about flying midges. Also called Culicidae by the scientific community, and most people call them No See-Ums because they're so tiny. They're in the south, they're in the Midwest, they're northern Wisconsin. They're seasonal. They're a tiny fly, about 2 millimeters long, and they feed on the blood of mammals. These little guys, when they bite, they can hurt like heck. And they can cause a reaction, which we're going to show you in a minute, and we'll get into that. These little flies, they lay their eggs in very moist soil. It can be in very, very shallow water areas they like no wind. So if there is brush around, low-laying foliage, that is the prime area if you're walking through that. And you're not going to see them a lot of times unless they're right up on your face. Not a lot of buzzing like a mosquito. The females are the only ones that bite. The males do not bite. But what's really interesting about these guys is that human interactions as far as their skin allergic reaction varies immensely. It's pretty interesting, and it depends on the histamine response. So I'm going to show you what these bites look like. So here, for example, in this picture is your classic mosquito bite. You see it's raised on the back of this guy's neck. That is a wheal, and that is your classic allergic reaction to a mosquito bite. Now, these can be very difficult to tell the difference between chiggers and flying midges or No See-Ums. And the reason why is that the reaction a lot of time is very similar. That's why it's really important to obtain a history on how and when they got the bites. For example, in this picture, this lady was walking through some brush and she got these little chigger bites, and they're very cherry red. You'll see them on her leg from about mid-calf down. She had them on both legs. Itch like the dickens, as opposed to this, and here are your flying midge bites. Cutting grass, shorts on, and they basically nailed her. She came in with intense itching, and if you look really close, you can see a little bit of a center of a vesicle. So some people will have no vesicle, fluid-filled area. Some people will have an intense red area that looks like a chigger. However, when you get these midge bites and you have them on your neck and your ears and your arms, you can pretty well bet it's not a chigger. So the main thing is that you still get this histamine reaction from the bite, and that's what's really important to look at. So the treatment on these is almost identical to mosquitoes and the chiggers. Do an antihistamine. I don't care what it is. It can be Zyrtec, it can be Allegra, Zyzal, any of those, which is going to help tremendously with the itching. A topical steroid cream, really helpful to knock the itching down. Remember, if you cover the area with a Band-Aid at nighttime, prevents the cream from evaporating, and it makes it a little more powerful. So a steroid cream is fantastic to use. The other thing, in severe reactions, I have done prednisone in short bursts. However, when people delay coming in and don't get treatment and they scratch the heck out of it with their fingernails, they can get an infection, and they can get caught as cellulitis, an infection of the skin, and then what you have is we have to give them an antibiotic. So you're out camping, you're out hiking. How do you prevent this stuff? So what you do is you can do picaridin, DEET, because they're going to find you when you excrete carbon dioxide. That's how they're going to find you. Another really good method, just a little funky, but it works fantastic, is Avon makes a product called Skin So Soft. You're going to apply that to your skin, and they're not going to be able to bite you. They may stick to you, and you can then just pick them off, because they're going to get stuck. And you don't have to put the Skin So Soft really thick, but it's a nice barrier, and it makes your skin soft. So when you lay in bed at night in the tent, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be nice and have nice smooth skin for the next morning. So, Skin So Soft works great. Picaridin, DEET, those work great. Permethrin is not going to really work in this area. So those are your flying midges, your No See-Ums. If you have any questions, throw them down below. Would love to hear about it. If you have some new methods that you like, that you've used to knock out the No See-Ums yourself, write it down below. I always learn from my audience. Take care, guys. Keep your eyes on the horizon, your face to the wind. We'll see you next time.